How you going, people? So I had a couple questions on the PR24 and the ASP. So I figured I'd cover it. So I did the straight baton. And remember, a straight baton, you can do the power chop, you can do the upward, the downward. Straight baton, it's just here you have a handle. So these are called commonly the PR24. Monot come out with it first. I have three different types here. This one is your normal plastic one. It's just straight plastic. This one is plastic handle but metal pole. So it kind of held up better. You can tell it's got a few dings in it. And then you have your advanced. It's metal. This one's plastic. This one's metal. And it's got a little thing here that spins. And I don't know if you can see that spinning, but it's on a little swivel. So this little thing goes all the way around. So if you hold it right, when you're spinning it, your bottom two fingers stay. Now, when you're spinning this, it's kind of a whipping motion. And I prefer the PR24. The only thing I didn't like about the PR24 is it's got that extra handle and it gets caught on a lot of things. We're getting out of the car, seatbelt, etc. But for a weapon, if I knew I was going into something where I was probably going to use it, I would grab my PR. And I usually kept one or two in the car. You never know when you're going to need them. So, and again, same way with the other one. You can stand nonchalant. I can be relaxed with this. I don't have to be aggressive going like this ready to get somebody. This is a spinning one. It kind of gives a little bit more, and you can kind of give a circle, which really doesn't give you power. I mean, it's not the best thing. It makes it spin a little bit easier, but you know what? The regular one, I can spin the same way. I can go ahead and get my circles, but I just don't. You would never use a circle when striking somebody. It doesn't give you that much more power. The power from this thing comes from this handle, and so if I jab you, my wrist here is much stronger than my wrist here, which is not as strong. So if I jab you holding a straight baton with two hands like this, I don't get near the force as if like this. This is a very powerful, very, very powerful strike when it comes in on you. Same way with the backhand. If I'm coming here and I do a forward roll over and I come back, man, I can really just jam that right in you. But all the strikes are the same. There's still a one-handed strike. There's the figure eight. There's the one-handed high, one-handed low. Then you have a two-handed strike to where I'm actually getting a whipping action with this hand and I'm swinging the baton. So instead of just getting this arcing action, I'm actually getting much more arcing. I think I have a lot more power with this strike than I do with a two-handed on a straight baton, like so. This strike gives me more. So all the things are the same. One-handed strike, you have two-handed strikes. Blocks, a lot better. I feel much better because I don't have my fingers here. And if you hit me or miss and it slides this way or that way, it's not going to take my fingers off. If on a straight baton, my fingers are here. So this is much better for blocking. Also, if somebody swings, I can block very effectively here or here and really hurt your punch as it comes in and hits you with this. So the PR to me is a much more superior baton than the straight baton. I liked it. I encouraged it. A little bit heavier, a little bit more of a pain in the butt to carry. Always getting caught hanging around everything, but if you need it, much more effective. My favorite strike, and they outlawed this in California, there's still maybe one or two agencies that carry it. This one's got teeth marks on it from dog getting bit. I was just feeling, I forgot about that. But anyway, there's a thing that's called the tomahawk strike. California outlawed it because of tomahawk. Somehow somebody got offended by the word. So this kind of looks like a tomahawk, If those who remember that, I don't know if they can teach that in school, if that's been banned, if all statues of tomahawks have been taken down. But, so the tomahawk strike is basically if I'm holding my PR and I want to hit something very particular and small and I really want to generate a lot of power, I just turn my baton like so and I strike like so. All this force from this straight baton is pushed right there on that tip. And man, let me tell you, that sucker hurts. And if I hit somebody on the arm with that, elbow, shoulder, anywhere with a tomahawk strike, woo, doggies, man, you feel it. So, tomahawk strike, again, a lot of places aren't teaching it anymore. I taught it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was an effective strike. Remember, with any baton, head, neck, throat, groin, spine, usually are what's called no target areas. That's why if a suspect takes your baton because he hasn't had the training, he doesn't know what the no target area is. He doesn't know that if I hit you with a tomahawk to the neck or head, I'm going to kill you. And if deadly force is authorized, well, that's okay. But if it's not authorized, then it's an all-off strike. But I know that. I'm legally trained in that. And when somebody takes your baton, they aren't. So that's why it's considered a deadly weapon, and cops can shoot you. And again, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Cops shoot people for taking baton. If some guy holds my baton and goes, ha ha ha, I got it, he is no threat to me, and if I shoot him, in my book, it might be legal, but it's damn sure morally wrong. The purpose of the law is to protect you so your weapon isn't used against you. If a guy's holding a baton saying, I got your baton, sucker, and I've had guys pick up a baton, a cop swinging it, and it slips out of his hand, it goes across the parking lot, and guys are like, ah, I got it. We weren't shooting people back then because they had a baton. I mean, we might have pointed our guns at them, told them drop it, or we'd shoot them to scare them, but nobody was getting shot if you picked up a cop's baton because he dropped it. Nowadays, good grief, you even bend over for it, they'll probably shoot you. So, PR-24, same things. Upward, roll over. I can go forward, I can go backwards, except I'm using this. It's called the extended strike. This is a short end strike. I can jab and rake and do this. Again, I like the PR much better. Now the ASP, Air Force, before these got real popular, the Air Force came out with these because they were smaller and shorter. And it's basically the same as the ASP. It's just an extendable plastic. And this part right here is plastic. The top part is like aluminum. This is plastic. It's got a little button there that you push in to close it. And when you open it up, it locks into place. And pretty ineffective. To me, it's a straight baton. All the strikes are the same, but I would much rather have a piece of wood than this half metal, half plastic thing. Because when you hit somebody with one of these, it doesn't really hurt. I can't do this with wood because it kind of flexes and it's plastic. And I know all the liberals and the pansies are like, oh, that's good. We should use soft gel batons because then we would have less injury. Well, that's because you're an idiot. The whole purpose of the baton is to make it hurt so you get plane compliance and you get them to stop doing what they're doing. Well, you can't tell a liberal that. Everybody's got to hug everybody to death. Alright, so this was what I call the older single stage ASPs. This is the newer style ASPs, usually in 3 sections. Opens up like so. 1, 2, 3. It's got a little pin in here that you can adjust. If you open this up and pull this out, I've showed this before, but I don't know if it's deleted. That little pin right there is what is your tension. So if you squeeze that together, your baton comes out easier. If you open it up, it takes more force for your baton to come out. So, you know, sometimes, like this other one I have back here, a little spring one, it's so light, it kind of like falls out. So it really needs a tighter tension because it falls out. Now this was like a whipping, and I'm pretty sure these are probably illegal now. But when it locks into place, you get this whipping action with a little ball, and it really hurts. And it's pretty effective. But I don't know if they let cops carry these anymore. So this is what I would call a spring ASP. This is your standard ASP. And this is your kind of first generation short baton ASP. Pros and cons. Hey, if you give me my choice, I'm going with a PR-24. My next choice is a straight wooden baton. All these other things, these ASP are like, man, I'm sorry. every time I've seen a cop hit somebody, if I hit somebody, it never did anything. It's too small and it doesn't generate. I mean, now if I get bone, and that's what the target's supposed to be, if I get where skin and bone is, like on a hand, that hurts. If I get the knuckles, that hurts. If I get the elbow, that hurts. But those are very small, specific target areas. And when you're in a fight and you're trying to get somebody off somebody, you're not really going for a little, let me get the little finger and a pinky, the pinky's ass takedown, and I'm going to hit you in the pinky with it. You just don't do that. So this is, the biggest thing that this was, it was a deterrent to kind of intimidate people. Damn rubber baton, can't even close this. Crazy. Alright, I got one down. Alright, got two down. So the biggest thing on the ASP to me was intimidation. If somebody was, if in a crowd situation with multiple people coming up and like, hey, you guys get it back, and they're like, man, screw you, you're the cop, and they start surrounding you like they do always. If you, I said get back, and they usually like, ooh, and then they don't. So if anything, this is intimidation. It gets their attention. Is it effective? It's probably more effective if you turn it around and hit them with the heavy end. You'd probably get a little bit more. It's pretty good for breaking windows. If you got to break a window and then rake it to get those pieces so you can reach in and unlock it, not for doing illegal stuff to make an entry, then it's okay. But again, this little ASP, same things. One-handed strikes, two-handed strikes, upward, downward rollover, spear strike, jab, jab. So all the strikes are the same. Power chop. Come down and drive this into the shoulder or collarbone. All the strikes are the same for all the batons. Again, I think the PR gives you the most strength, the most protection for blocks, and the most effective strikes. When I strike you, man, it's, ooh, it hurts. I can make that bag pop. Pow! But anyway, tomahawk strike, of course, my favorite. Alright, so different batons, different things. I had some questions on that. I didn't bring out my nunchucks. If I get enough requests, I think I did one on my nunchucks before, but I'll do another one on nunchucks. Oh, I didn't show you guys my nice cushions on my couch. I clean my cushions. So I just wanted you guys to, nice and clean. Got a little cut there where Smokey kind of grabbed it, but otherwise cushions are pretty nice. Cleaned up nice. So I want to show you guys my nice cushions that I cleaned up. See how many people miss that. Alright, we'll end that there.